So, hello everyone, and we continue our lessons about UX audit and different ways to test your designs. And today, I will remind you about me. So, I'm experienced in achievements in UX. I'm a lecturer at one of the world's top universities, and of course, I like conducting user research, actually international UX research, because I like conduct research with different people, different countries, and it's really interesting. So, key points for the second lesson. The first one, UX audit. So, evaluates interface, usability, and effectiveness. Next one, competitive analysis, uses tools like SimilarWeb, Ahrefs to study competitors. Actually, I would say that there are so many different tools, specifically with AI now, but we will learn it in next lessons. So, audience segmentation, of course, because if you want to conduct UX research, you should know goals, pains of your target audience. Not everybody anywhere, but your current audience. Yeah. So, accessibility, efficiency, and intuitiveness. So, in last one, user journeys. Of course, maps interactions to identify pain points and key points of your users with your products. So, what is UX audit? I'm sure that everyone, one time at least, heard about usability tests, user interviews, and different ways to test designs or products. But actually, there is one, sorry, good way to test your design or your product. It's UX audit, because it's cheap, easy way to test your designs, your interfaces, because sometimes we don't have enough money or time or something like that, but of course we would like to have very user-friendly interfaces. So here we can see the circle for UX audit. The first of all, it's briefing with stakeholders, because we should know which materials they have, like research or any other data. Then we will analyze this information by ourselves, of course, because we should understand what we miss and where there are some pain points. Then competitive analysis, because we should know different other competitors, like interface of these competitors, user journey maps of these competitors, and then we could make personas. It would be better to make personas after interviews and usability tests. And actually, it's a very, very important step. But if you don't have money, time, and something like that, now there is a way to test your website with synthetic respondents, but I will tell you about that in next lessons. Today we will talk about interview and interview with people and other things. Like after personas, interviews, competitive analysis, we have some information and we can understand where there are some pain points in interfaces. And then we can make recommendations, of course. So, product audit. Please answer this question. Do you have a design project for the product developed by you or provided by the client that you can audit? Because I would like to, you have a design maybe or interface or product, and we will test this design or this interface. But if you don't have, so of course, don't worry. We'll conduct the research together using our examples. For example, website of airplane company or anything else. So our paths might diverge, but it's not certain. Option one, you have a product or design of any interfaces actually. And the second one, option two, you don't have a product. So actually, the first step is the same. It's brief with the client. For example, if you don't have a client or users or something like that, you can have me like your client. So you can ask me about anything about the website, Ryanair, airplane company, and we'll continue. Brief. The first one, option one, if you have design interface, brief with the client. If you talked to him, her before, try do it again with our templates and our advice. So then analytics, like similar web and different other tools, we will talk about that. Then we can construct and create personas if we have enough materials. If, for example, your client has never done or conducted user interviews, bad news. Let's start with user interview of your target audience. Then scenarios or user journey maps. We should understand the main goals of people who visit your website or your app, your interface. Option two, if you don't have a product, the first step is the same. Brief with the client, then idea search. So, for example, you have a client who would like to create an app for, I don't know, for sport people or for meditation or anything like that. And of course, you have the main goal to create interface for this app, for this website. But first of all, try to make a research of this idea. So any competitors, any references, anywhere to understand, I don't know, pros and cons of these interfaces, of these websites. So it's very important. And then testing it with people or with the synthetic respondents. So yeah, then the fifth step is the same, competitors, then audit and general results. So examples. For example, we were asked to build a website for booking, and we have a website, the link in the bottom of the page. So a Ryanair website to book plane tickets, and first of all, you can see this website, this page, and understand if it's user-friendly or not and why. So reflection, or the first reflection when you have never seen this website. Then brief for an existing design in the product, how to get answers to your questions and stay calm. So life hacks, questions to ask. So your client or yourself, if you, for example, you have an idea of design or interface or app, so it's okay. You should ask yourself these questions. Who is the user? Who is the target audience? So the most popular mistake when you create design interface for yourself. So for example, I would like to have an app, investment and meditation at the same time, and it's a big idea for me, but it's only for me. I'm not sure that everyone here would like to have this app. So the first of all, we should understand that there is a target audience for our product. How do they behave? What they do? Where? How? How do you like it to be? So for example, there are some competitors and you are sure that its websites or apps are terrible, absolutely terrible. And last one, what kind of analytics is there? Research, anything to understand your target audience. Who is that? So then, of course, what data does the product have? For example, product analytics, research, market reports and trends, and with artificial intelligence, it's too easy now to get that with ChatGPT or Cloud or DeepSeek or other different services. And of course, we will talk about that in our lessons. User feedback. And actually, you can use different scrapers to get user feedback from different websites, from different feedback websites. Google Play, Apple Store, and different others. Team expertise, it's one of the ways, but you should understand that team work with this product and with this design, and it could be really subjective. It's not the best way to understand your audience or any ideas. Then content, conferences, articles. For example, we have a tool like LSIT, Perplexity, which are very useful for collecting data from different articles, specifically scientific articles, and it's a good way. If you don't have any ideas or something like that, you can searching for ideas or use our example with this website. It's up to you. Then we will collecting analytics. SimilarWeb, it's one of the best tool to collect data, to compare data with your competitors at the same time. Trial version, which could be really useful for, of course, limited data, but very important and useful data, actually. So, analyzing the market using AI services also. So, we can use SimilarWeb, and SimilarWeb has different AI decisions. So, where else can we look? For example, except SimilarWeb, SEMrush, Ahrefs, and MousePro. Every service has trial period. So, and of course, you can have different account, Google account to take it, because I'm not sure, but I think we don't have so many research every month, so you can use trial period and different Google accounts. Sorry for this advice. From different services and insights from the analytics, how to collect it, how to use it, in something like that. So traffic analysis allows you to understand which pages of your competitor sites are the most popular, and actually it's the base for your user journey maps. So where are people, why, and so on. Then traffic sources, how to determine where users are coming from. So it's very important, for example, if you have your own idea and you would like to have, I don't know, to launch marketing campaign, you should understand where you can collect your users, your audience, and so on. User behavior, the average duration of the session, the number of page views, which helps to understand how convenient the design is. Content analysis, analyzing the most popular pages and competitors' content to understand which page design or structure is effective. Sometimes the page could be very popular but not effective, and you should be critical for these pages. And site audit, checking for technical errors that may worsen the UX. So technical errors, there are so many tools like SimilarWeb and Google App to understand where are the pain points. And audience analysis. So audience analysis allows you to understand who the target audience of competitors is and how they interact with the site, which is useful when developing a design focused on specific user groups. So, for example, I don't know, bank website. It's not specific, maybe, but website for investors or sport people, it could be. Then we have data. We have some research or results after our competitive analysis audit, and we can construct or create personas. So, starting audience segments, defining the target audience. We'll try create personas based on demographic data, behavior, and needs. For example, personas for your product, your design, or Ryanair website company, young professional, student, family couple, or any other people. For example, for a school or kid website, it's of course not adults, right? It's more about kids. Then analyze needs, behavior, and preferences when ordering food. Bad example, early versions of Snapchat, for example, did not consider the needs of all their users. And I have a very good case for this situation. For example, I worked maybe for some years music company, and we didn't know the real target audience, and the team tried to create stickers because it's very fun, because it's very modern maybe for any kind of entertainment apps. But later we knew that our target audience after 50s. So, and the stickers, it's a not a good way to get this audience and maybe impress them. So it's a good case when you don't know your target audience. It's very bad for your product and your interface. So, personas, who are the users of our product? Are we satisfied with the current users, or do we need to read these? So here are some services that can help you automatically create personas. Yeah. The time when you shouldn't make personas, do personas by yourself. Persona task, Creately, UX Pressure. Very good services, tools to create personas by not yourself. We'll create personas. We will identify key scenarios and needs. So, because it's very useful to get it to test our websites with these scenarios. How to create scenarios, actually. Step 1. Start from the profiles, your target audience, and move to the questions. So what is important for our users to achieve on the site? So for example, you have 3, 4, 5 personas. I advise not to have more than 5, 6 personas. And at least, I think 2 personas, because one persona, it's very interesting and strange at the same time. And ask this question for every persona. Then, how to formulate questions. Create the questions, of course, how to create the questions to your audience, or imagine that you are the persona of your target audience, of course. Then, competitive analysis, collecting information, study competitors' interfaces to identify best practices and improvement areas, and use similar apps in different audit services. And, for example, Airbnb, Dropbox, user-friendly websites. But, for example, Trump calls for chain execution Drudge report and Susan Collins' website, it's not so user-friendly. And I'm sure that if you use UX audit and analyze your website, you can avoid this. So now we will try to use Miro like the board for our UX audit scenarios, portraits in analytics. So try together. First of all, we'll make this kind of service, real-time collaboration online via boards for teams, supports remote and hybrid for work environments. I'm sure that you know what's that, but some benefits maybe of using Miro, real-time interaction, shared creation, editing, integrated toolset, and specifically now AI tool, centralized project hub. So, self-audit principles. This is me, right? Objectivity entails an impartial approach to evaluating one's actions and outcomes. It's crucial to avoid bias and subjective perception when analyzing data. So, of course, you can say, okay, this website is very user-friendly, but you should be really critical to any websites and more objective than specifically for your website, not only for competitors. Then regularity. So it's not one-time activity. You should make it every, for example, 3-4 months, at least one time a year. Then focus on improvement. Always, actually, always you can improve something, and it's a good way to monitor maybe competitors, market, articles, any other things, and of course to talk to your audience, to your people, to understand the direction of your improving. Then, how to conduct. Yeah, to effectively conduct a self-audit based on the previously mentioned principles, follow these steps. Define the scope and objectives. Not for, I don't know, I would like to conduct UX audit because it should be. No, only real scope and objectives. Then gather data and information from your stakeholders, from any other sources like market, articles, conferences, data from internet, anywhere. Use Claude or ChatGPT to take it faster and easier, I think. Analyze data, then identify areas for improvement. Develop action plans, monitor progress and adjust. And finally, document and communicate findings with the stakeholders, with your team, if you have team, for example, and so on. So how can we improve it? References, going back to them, our ideas, and communication with the team. I advise to talk to your team every time, constantly, because when you make it by yourself, it's totally subjective. You should have some people around, like your team, or maybe any other colleagues, family, people, your target audience, of course, and so on. How to refine the product? So go improve existing product features, increase ease of use, boost customer satisfaction. Methods: analysis of user feedback, conducting A/B tests, utilization of analytical tools. Process stages: collect feedback, identify problematic areas, develop solutions, test changes, and implement improvements. It's after your product is on the market, and for example, you can collect any feedback. If, for example, you're only launching your product, of course, you don't have any feedback. Only testing, only interviews with people, and information on the internet, different research. But or you can collect feedback on the competitors. Expected outcomes: more intuitive interface, growth in user base, and reduced number of errors. So today we learned what is an audit stages, market and competitor analysis, study in the audience, making portraits or personas, and that's all actually. So in the upcoming lessons you will learn main steps after UX audit, life hacks, how to create prototypes, learn how to run tests, know what are winning strategies, and learn about ChatGPT. So stay tuned.